Welcome to Speak, y'all. It's a crazy NFL Monday. I'm Emmanuel Acho. That is Dave Hellman. You've been missed. The one and only Joy Taylor, Eagles all-time rushing leader LaShawn McCoy. But I got to get right to it. Too much crazy news going on in the world of sports. Nothing crazier than what's going on in Green Bay. The most important question that the Packers can answer this season is not will they make the playoffs. It's actually, who is Jordan Love? You see, we already know about so many third-year quarterbacks. You'll see them on the screen. We know about Justin Herbert. We know about Joe Burrow. We know about Jalen Hurts, not pictured as Tua, who we are learning so much about. MVP conversation. He's been in a Super Bowl. He's in an MVP race, and he's a social media phenom. We know about so many quarterbacks, but who is Jordan Love? See, we already know who Aaron Rodgers is, back-to-back MVP the past 2 years. But this year, dealing with a broken hand, dealing with some bruised ribs, dealing with so much. But Jordan Love, who are you? They say in life we don't take losses, we take lessons. Well, if the Packers do not play Jordan Love, then they will take no lessons and just a whole bunch of losses. It is officially time to move on to Jordan Love, shut down Aaron Rodgers for the season, and see what you have in your former first-round pick. Because just about every other team that drafted quarterbacks 3 years ago, they already know who they got. Let me see what the table has coming back to the desk. Shady, how was Thanksgiving, man?
It was good. It was good.
Good?
A lot of food. A lot of food.
A lot of food, Joy Taylor?
Same.
Solid?
I learned how thankful I am to be on this show with y'all while I was gone. I appreciate that.
Oh, Shay. Go ahead.
You mean that?
Yes, absolutely.
You missed like half the week.
I missed you guys. Okay. We did 3 shows. I missed 2. I'm back. Fine. It's fine.
That move, Dave Hellman realized if you get sick before a long weekend, it just becomes a longer weekend.
Vacation.
You're not wrong about that.
Move. Shady, let me come to you because you're the vet, the NFL vet. Should the Packers shut down Aaron Rodgers?
Nah, they should shut him down. Why should they? To put Jordan Love in the game? Nah. You gave this guy, Aaron Rodgers, $50 million a year for a reason. I think you let him play out his games. I think one thing about players, we sign up for this, right? When we sign that contract, it's a brotherhood. Listen, no matter how good we're playing or no matter how bad we're playing, if I'm out there, you're out there, we're all here together. So I don't think they should kind of like sit him down just because they're not playing well. They might not get in the playoffs to see what Jordan Love has. No, we got this guy for, 3-year deal? It was really a 2-year deal. $100 million for the first 2 years. Give him that money. Let's see what happens.
I like it. Dave Hellman, where do you stand?
I think the Packers have been gift-wrapped an opportunity to just keep the holiday trend going here. It's Christmas season now, right?
Oh, yes.
They have been gift-wrapped an opportunity in what has otherwise been a very forgettable season. They can evaluate Jordan Love with no stakes. Aaron Rodgers, he said he thought he had a collapsed lung last night. His thumb is clearly bothering him. This is a chance to just sit him down. It doesn't have to be a benching. You don't have to call Aaron Rodgers' effort into question. He's beat up, and they are, okay, they're not eliminated, but they're eliminated. Come on, they got a 3% chance of making the playoffs. They'd have to win out to even mess with a winning record. This is an opportunity to evaluate a guy that you drafted in the first round. Like, Shady, I hear you. It's all well and good. Football players want to play. But this is above that. This is the guys who are paid to think about a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. What is our team going to look like? How do we move forward into a world without Aaron Rodgers? This is a chance to evaluate a guy that we have not really gotten to take a look at, and they don't even have to do anything controversial to do it. He's hurt. Go, take it and run. Jordan Love, I'd love to see what you got, buddy.
Take it and run, Joy.
3% chance?
3.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Maybe a little one.
A little chance. That's not really a chance. It's the NFL. The other teams are not going to give you a chance. That's what they do every single week. So the season's over for the Packers, essentially. They're just, playing for pride and future checks at this point. And look, the Packers have been trying to move on from Aaron Rodgers since 2020 when they drafted Jordan Love. They're the ones that said we want to start looking towards the future by making this move in the first place. So this is an opportunity to do that without disgracing Aaron Rodgers, who I think, we all give Aaron Rodgers a hard time, and he's earned some of it, but he's been really tough this year. He's clearly playing through an injury that's very much bothering him. He was all over the place last night, clearly in pain. Give him some rest. If nothing else, let him get healthy so that he can finish out the last few weeks of the season. But use the next few weeks while Aaron Rodgers clearly needs a break to evaluate what you have in Jordan Love and do it in a way that doesn't disgrace Aaron Rodgers in case he wants to come back next year. Now, keep in mind, they're not really in a great situation next year with Aaron Rodgers because of this contract. The good news is if you want to stick with Jordan Love for another year, he's very, very affordable, even with how expensive Aaron Rodgers would be. Next year is going to be very interesting for the Packers, and it's really going to depend on Aaron Rodgers. But you can't go into next season without any information on Jordan Love again because Aaron Rodgers holds so much of the Packers' future in his hands.
I think the Packers, Shady, in a perfect position. Reason being, I'm going to give the Packers the benefit of the doubt. I was thinking about it this morning. No NFL organization has gotten the quarterback position more right over the last 3 decades, literally since I was born, than the Green Bay Packers. No organization. Philadelphia Eagles, to some degree, came close, but they have the whole Sam Bradford pick in there, trade in there. So no organization has gotten the quarterback position more correctly than the Green Bay Packers. Well, what's their history show? Their history says that they draft Aaron Rodgers, sit him for 3 years, then his 3rd year as a starter, he wins a Super Bowl. Jordan Love is now sat for 3 years. I do not know what the future holds for Jordan Love, but nobody will know if they do not play him. Furthermore, if you take away the macro and look at the micro, look at the MVPs the last several years. Aaron Rodgers didn't start as a rookie, obviously him. Tom Brady, he didn't start as a rookie. Drew Bledsoe was there. Lamar Jackson didn't start as a rookie. Joe Flacco was there. Patrick Mahomes didn't start as a rookie. Alex Smith was there. So contrary to popular belief and what we all like is to be appeased immediately, it actually makes the most sense for your rookie quarterbacks in the long term, at least that's what history shows in the NFL, to not have to play right away. Jordan Love hasn't had to play right away. If nothing else, then through osmosis, he has acquired some talent by just being around Aaron Rodgers. So I actually think now makes the perfect sense to shut down Rodgers. You 38 years old and climbing. Jordan Love, I believe, is 24 years old. Give me the 24-year-old who still has a lot of years ahead of him instead of the 38-year-old. I get the money, Shady, but I was taught don't cry over that spilled milk.
Yeah, well,
that's why I want Jordan Love.
Well, if you guys are talking his injuries, yeah, I mean, A-Rod's banged up. Let Jordan Love play. I thought it was more like, oh, is it time to just sit him down, you know, and let the young guy go? Nah, it's not time for that. I mean, like you talked about, all the top quarterbacks, they all sit as rookies. So I get that. I think he's sat long enough to learn from A-Rod, but his time is still on the wait. A-Rod, I mean, they gave him, even the age part doesn't matter because they gave him that money for a reason. Let's not forget here that they bugged A-Rod, hey, please stay, please stay. You know, he made a lot of threats. Him and the GM got into it, but they wanted A-Rod for a reason. So now that you have him here, hey, you had a bad year. That happens. Every year won't be this number 1 seed, Packers blowing everybody out. That won't happen. It was a bad year this year. You lost your best wide receiver. You had some guys on defense that left. So this year or the next year might be the year. You keep him here. You got him for 2 years for $200 million. Keep A-Rod and anything can happen.
Can he afford, though, to have a bad year? He's 38 years old, right? I would rather my 24-year-old who's still learning have a bad year than my 38-year-old have a bad year.
It's A-Rod. You know, I'm hard on A-Rod, but he is who he is. I mean, he's in the class with Brady as far as just like great players. We might not see another A-Rod for another, 20 years, 10 years? You never know. So you don't want to overlook that.
Here's the problem strategically for me, though. He does have 1 more year left on his contract, $50 million guaranteed. That's a lot of money to walk away from if he wants to retire. And the cap hit is astronomical. But if you don't find out what you have in Jordan Love right now, you will be in a very bad situation next year because Aaron Rodgers can choose to stay or go. It's up to him. And he's already talked about retiring multiple times. He's made it very clear this is something that's on his mind. So if he chooses to walk away and you have no evaluation of Jordan Love whatsoever, which you can't do in the offseason, you've got to do it while it's live games, you're going to be stuck holding it if Aaron Rodgers decides to walk. So from a strategic standpoint moving forward, regardless of whether Aaron Rodgers plays and stays next year, you have to find out what you have in Jordan Love. Because after next year, it's over. They're not going to bring Aaron Rodgers back again, certainly not for this number. So what will you do moving forward if you're the Green Bay Packers at the quarterback position?
That's why I called it an opportunity. Look, we can talk about the 3% if we want to and act like the Packers could still pull a miracle out of a hat. It's probably not going to happen. And even if it does, it'd be more likely to happen with a young, healthy, first-round pick quarterback. Like, if Jordan Love, and I mean, I don't want to overreact, but if Jordan Love can play the way he played at the end of that game on a consistent basis, that gives you arguably a better chance. I'm not saying he's better than Aaron Rodgers. It's not what I'm saying. But an Aaron Rodgers with cracked ribs and a broken thumb, absolutely. And even if he doesn't, you have to know what this guy can do before it comes time to think about not having Aaron Rodgers, to think about, this sounds silly, you got to think about Jordan Love's own money. Like, do you extend him? Is he worthy of an extension? Do you have to go back to the draft? Do you have to try to acquire a veteran quarterback? You can't answer any of those questions until you know if Jordan Love is even a capable quarterback.
All those questions have to be answered yesterday. Because truth be told, the Eagles are figuring out their answer with Jalen Hurts as we speak. The Miami Dolphins are figuring out their answer with Tua Tagovailoa as we speak. The Chargers already have their answer. The Bengals already have their answer. All of these answers are being acquired by all these other teams.